I'm Wiley Dixon. I'm principal at Gainesville High School in Gainesville, Florida, and I've been a principal for 23 years and a high school principal for 18. Yeah, I have a Bachelor's of Arts degree. I have a what's called an Educational Specialist degree in school counseling, and I have a PhD. All of my college experience, almost all of my college experience, was at the University of Florida. With all the degrees, about 8 years total, and then in order to get the courses I need to be certified as a school principal, I went back for probably another year for so 8 years for the degree, another year for the certification to become a school principal. Five fundamentals. That's a tough question. You know, I think, I'm not sure I can come up with five, but I'll tell you the things that I think are important. In any high school, I think the number one fundamental is a good, sound academic program. I think you simply have to have that in order if you're going to be a good school. That's what we're all about. Number two, I think you want a well-rounded extracurricular program, because I think that provides a lot of experiences, a lot of learning experiences for students that you simply can't replicate in the classroom. Number three, I think you need a good athletic program. I believe in athletics. I believe athletics for a lot of students keep them in school. I believe we graduate a lot of students and they go on to do well in life because they loved playing the sports, and if it hadn't been for that, maybe school wouldn't have been a good experience for them. Number four, I think you have to have a good support service program for students. A lot of students come to us with real needs. They may be emotional needs, psychological needs, financial needs. I think you have to have support programs like school counselors and so forth that can help meet those needs. So those are the big four that I would put out there for you. I'm sure I could come up with a fifth, but those are the four that jump to mind.
Okay.
I play a major role in creating the school policies. Now you have to understand that a lot of our policies come down to us from the school board, but we are also given the latitude to create some school policies of our own, okay? And yes, I play a major role with that, but I do try to involve the faculty with that, and I also try to involve the students with that before we make major decisions, because ultimately any policy we come up with is going to impact the students in some fashion. I don't know, you know. I really don't know what I would. I know it would be something involving people. One of the things I like about being a school principal, in fact, probably the most important thing, is I like interacting with people. So it would be something involving people, where I was interacting with a lot of people on a regular basis. But I really, you know, I thought about that question, and I really don't know what it would be. I've always enjoyed being a school principal. So I've worked in a lot in education. I was a classroom teacher for a number of years. I was a school counselor for a number of years. I was supervisor of guidance on the district staff for quite a few years. I was director of student service on the district staff for 3 or 4 years. Then I went back out to the schools, and I was a middle school principal for 4 years, and then I've been a high school principal for 18, 19 years. I do think it's helpful. I don't think it's essential. You know, I've seen principals who weren't ever teachers that did a good job, but I think it's very helpful to have taught first. One of the things you have to do as a principal is you have to build credibility with teachers. You have to be able to evaluate teachers. And if you've never been in that classroom and never taught every day, not just for a week or 2 weeks, but taught every day for several years in a row, and know what the challenges of that are, I think it's difficult to have that credibility with teachers, and I think it's difficult to really understand what's going on in that classroom. So I certainly think it's valuable to have been a teacher before you become a principal. Firing someone is maybe the toughest thing I have to do. It's the thing I dislike the most. No one could think that is pleasant. You're taking away someone's livelihood. You're changing their career to some extent. They may be able to rebound from it. I'll be quite honest with you. I am very, very careful with who I become close with on faculty. I really am. And when I move into a school, this is my third school where I've been a principal. When I move into a school, I'm friendly with the teachers, but I don't develop close friendships with the teachers until I've been here for a while. Then I can look around. By the time I've been in a school a couple of 3 years, I know which teachers are going to be great regardless of what, and I can count on them regardless of what. And those are the ones I'm more likely to form a close relationship with. Ones that I'm not 100% sure of, I will be friendly with them, and I will be a colleague with them, but I won't develop close personal relationships with them because I don't want to have to sit down and fire someone that I'm close to. I really don't want to have to do that. So I'm very careful that if I develop a close friendship on the faculty, I know it's going to be someone I'm never going to have to fire. Now I may have differences with them, and I may have to tell them I don't like what they're doing sometime, but I can deal with that. And if they're good people, they can deal with that. They understand our roles are different, and I have to be a supervisor sometimes. But I don't develop close relationships with everyone on the faculty just for that reason. Well, I've been a high school principal for a long time, and some of your questions were very thought-provoking, and it's been a pleasure trying to answer them. I'm not sure how well I did, but thank you very much for interviewing me, and I've enjoyed it.